What's going on, guys? Football Recaps here, and today I am back with another college football prediction video. And man, oh man, this game is going to be very interesting because we have Syracuse, who would ever thought that Syracuse would be 6-0 and 3-0 in the conference. Meanwhile, Clemson is rolling back as per usual with DJ Uigalongale. I can't pronounce the last name. I'll just say DJU, and then Will Shipley, and then Williams as well. Their defense is really good for Clemson. Syracuse, hats off to them with their head coach too. He's put so much time and effort in this program to bring them back up, and now they're 6-0 as a football program because you know that Syracuse is mainly a basketball school. But hats off to their head coach for Syracuse. I can't remember his name, so I totally forgot. This game will be played at Memorial Stadium in South Carolina, which is Clemson Stadium. The game will be on ABC, and the time will be 12 p.m. Eastern time. Syracuse the rankings will probably change after they beat an injured team, NC State, with the quarterback being out. So they beat them, so that was an upsetting win. Also, Clemson, just being Clemson, they beat Florida State. They barely beat Florida State, but they still won the game as per usual. All right, so the matchup predictor we have Clemson with a whopping 83.0% over Syracuse 17.0%. All right, so the season leaders, we have Schrader with 106 to 152 completions to attempts, 1,434 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Pretty good this year so far. DJ U, I am not pronouncing that last name. I cannot ever pronounce his last name. It's very difficult for me. So 137, he has had a renaissance type of year where a lot of people criticized him last year for struggling, even though they went 10-3, which I would die for a 10-3 record as a UNC fan. All right, so he went 137 to 213 completions to attempts, 1,665 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. So he's had a great season so far. All right, for Syracuse, for rushing, for Tucker, 124 carries, 644 rushing yards, and 6 touchdowns. So he's had a heck of a year so far for his team. Will Shipley has done a great job. He's also from North Carolina, which I wish he would have went to UNC, but of course he was closest Clemson, so basically he was close to South Carolina. All right, 96 carries, 567 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Pretty good as well. All right, so for Syracuse, Gadsden, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. 31 receptions, 507 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. So pretty good for him. For Williams, for Clemson, 24 receptions, 334. Good grief, I can't even speak today. With 2 touchdowns as well. So he's done a pretty good job also. All right, so team stats. This is where I'm going to base my prediction off of the team stats and then compare the games as well on how I see it. And I think what my prediction will be valid. So who knows? All right, so points per game, we have Syracuse 36, Clemson 38. So pretty good for both teams offensively. Defensively, Syracuse has done an excellent job on defense, only allowing 13.2 points per game. And for Clemson, 19 points as well. Their defense is still really good as well. All right, Syracuse, 432.8 compared to 417.4 total yards. Yards of passing, 244.3 to Syracuse and 247.4 to Clemson. All right, yards of rushing, 188.5 compared to 170.0 for Clemson. Yards allowed, we have 268.8 yards allowed compared to 338.4. That's kind of brutal for Clemson. Passing yards allowed, 173.8 compared to Clemson's 255.7. Rushing yards allowed, this is going to be huge for both teams. Syracuse only allowing 95.0, Clemson 82.7. All right, so as you guys can see, that Clemson barely beat Florida State, but they single-handedly beat Boston College. They beat NC State pretty handily. I know you guys see that Syracuse beat NC State as well, but they beat them barely because NC State had a backup quarterback because Devin Leary was injured out for the year. and they also beat Wake Forest for Clemson. So I think, but I know Clemson or Syracuse beat Purdue, so I think that Clemson will most likely win this game because it's at home and they are undefeated at home, and I will not bet against them at home. But if Syracuse can catch Clemson off guard by trying to prevent Clemson from scoring early, then that could be a game changer for Syracuse because they do struggle early on, but then they'll catch on and Clemson will eventually win. So I still think that Clemson will win by 10 points, minus 10 points. I think that's a reasonable score, and I think that they're going to kick a field goal to end the game at the end of the game versus Syracuse. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It could be like in the 20s or 30s. So I think it's going to be minus 10 points to Clemson. And so, yeah, both teams are good. It's going to be a fun game to watch, I hope. And I still think Clemson is a better team outright against Syracuse. And I think this is going to be Syracuse's actual tough competition so far this year. I'm no hating towards Syracuse. I don't hate them, but I just think, in my opinion, that Clemson is a better team. All right, guys, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And please comment down below who do you think is going to win this game. And it's going to be very interesting, and I can't wait. All right, guys, Football Recaps here. Hope you have a great day, and see you guys later. Peace out.